it's not that I don't like whiskey, because I do. It's probably one of my favorite liqueurs to go to. But it's just a matter of, it ain't never for the weak at heart. It always hits you in the Marty Mar.
Right in yourself.
That right there, it hits you right there.
It does.
It's good, but it gets the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, sir. Blessed, man.
Man.
How about you?
Blessed.
That's good.
And ain't asking for nothing else, brother.
Man. How you doing,
Ain't
Don?
asking for nothing else.
I'm doing very, very good.
This is arguably the whitest thing I've ever heard done.
So refreshing.
Wasn't it? How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing good. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it, as always. To another episode of Build It While You Fly It.
Yeah.
That's Dom. I'm B West. That's Nate.
Yeah.
And as always, y'all, like, subscribe, and share. Please, by all means, participate in that.
Man.
Yes. Participate in all the activities that are going on this here video. Email the show at builditwhileyouFlyit@gmail.com. All your comments, questions, and concerns. We would love to hear all of that fun stuff.
Yes, sir.
Man, it feels good to be down here, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah.
I go to work on Thursdays and I'll be like, yo, it's about to be cool, because no matter how stressful this shit get,
Right.
eventually I'm going to be sitting right here.
Yep. At the outlet.
I'm going to be sitting right here, man.
Yeah.
You good on drinks, brother?
Hey, man, I'm good, man.
You drinking the same shit I am, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would tell y'all what we drinking, but they ain't paying us, so we're not telling nobody what we drinking.
You see me, I'm like, I don't know what.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Email the show. We email you back with a name, but on this, you'll never hear the
I
title.
don't know what you talking about.
I don't even know what kind of cup this is.
Me either. Is that a cup?
Mm-mm.
Is it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I know it's holding liquid.
Yeah.
Call it what you want.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's allegedly a cup.
Allegedly.
It's allegedly. I can't deny nor confirm.
Gotta plead the fifth.
Oh my gosh. How you been, man?
I'm blessed, man. I glad to have my daughter back home, healthy. She was in the hospital over the weekend with some respiratory. You know, they were treating it as asthma. So I'm like, oh, here we go. I had it as a kid, but I grew out of it, so I'm hopeful for her. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But then they said it was something going around with all the kids, and I guess since they just started school back, they haven't been around each other. You know, immune system is gonna do what it does to adjust.
George Carlin said it best. He said, listen, your immune system is not perfect. It needs help.
Yeah.
He said when he was a kid, he went swimming in the Hudson River every day. On the other side of the Hudson River, they were dumping raw sewage into it. And he went 40 years and didn't catch a cold.
Man.
40 years, didn't catch a cold.
Wow.
Never had a sniffle, nothing. His body possessed the ability to beat off everything.
He was radioactive.
But here's what happens. Without that practice, you get a plague and your insides melt from the inside out.
Man.
When you poop out your lungs, it's all fun and games.
Sheesh.
Till you look down like, oh shit.
It's too late.
I'm melting. So yeah. And it's good to hear that baby girl doing good, man. And you know, as a father, you don't really know how real shit is until your kids need your help. And I ain't talking about like they fucking up and they need your guidance. I'm talking about like the first time my son fell at a young age. And I ain't talking about like fall over as a toddler type of shit. I'm talking about he might have been about 6, maybe 7. You know, walking, talking, pooping, eating, all that shit.
Right.
Man, he looked at me and he was moving something. I forgot how the hell it. Anyway, he ended up underneath a mattress and he couldn't breathe. We were doing some moving around in the house and the mattress was leaning up against some shit in the living room.
Okay.
Yes, that's what happened. And we were redoing a room. We had took the mattress and the box spring out.
Right.
And brother, that mattress came over and fell on him and he went to yell for help and couldn't. And I got the most whimperish help out of him. Man, my heart sank. I'm like, let me go get my boy together right now, man.
Right.
When your kid is fucked up, it's not. I don't wish that on nobody.
Nope.
I don't wish that on nobody at all whatsoever. When your kid's in a situation where you can't be there, it's like, ugh,
Right.
that's rough. So
Right.
yeah, it's good. Glad you good. I'm way more excited to hear that baby girl is doing good, man.
For sure.
My son, is actually doing all right. He's doing well in football. Extremely proud of him.
Good. Got a chance.
But got an email today.
Okay.
School's closed tomorrow.
Ah.
They're doing remote learning for the following week. Due to COVID cases outbreaking in the staff. So they're going to give them for tomorrow, the weekend, that's 3 days, 5 days during the week, they put them at 8. And then another Saturday and Sunday. So they get, 10 days off?
Wow.
And they hoping that everything is cleared up and cured up in them 10 days. And the plan is to go back the following week.
Okay.
To on-site learning. But trying times we living in right now, my brother.
Man,
trying times we living in. And my son ain't the kind of student that does well in those situations. I got a son that needs a classroom.
Okay.
I do. I got a son that needs a classroom. Because again, and I don't know if it was irresponsible of me as a parent, but at the same time, I never saw this coming. When I gave my son a tablet, when I gave my son a laptop, when he sits down in front of the television, it's playtime. This is my time. This is time where I get to do, shit that I wanted to do as a kid.
Right.
So when we tell him, you got to sit down in front of this tablet or this laptop or this television, and it ain't playtime. It's learn time. Even as a 13-year-old about to be 14 in literally a couple of hours, it's hard for him to adjust his focus into learning. Right. Now, when he gets up and goes to the classroom, he's only there for one reason. And he knows why we send him to school. He knows what's expected of him in school. Okay. But now we're changing the expectations that we want from him when he sits down in front of a laptop. Right. And it's rough. It's rough. I mean, you get an hour or two, but as far as,
left to their own devices.
Navigate through this on your own. He has not developed the skills needed to do anything. And listen, if y'all listening out there, when you give that baby your phone, when you give that school ager your laptop, when you give that pubescent preteen a computer and so on and so forth, and tell them to have at it, please make sure it's something constructive happening.
Exactly.
Because otherwise you're going to find yourself in a situation where it's going to be time for these kids to go to school and the comfort and convenience of their own home due to what's happening in the world, and they ain't going to have the skills needed. It's almost the equivalent of throwing your kid out when they're 18.
Yep. They're not an adult.
They're not an adult. They're not ready. They don't have the skills needed to come out here and be successful.
Even that 3 months after graduation from high school, you're expected to become magically mature in 90 days and go out on your own to a university.
Yeah, man.
And with no accountability except for the RA in the building, if you stand in the dorms.
If your people got any kind of money, you might have an apartment.
Any kind of money, right? But you're supposed to just magically be responsible, right? That's nuts. Especially if you look at the average student who's going to probably run amok because it's freedom with no accountability. Whew. But imagine the athlete who comes to the school and is getting everything thrown at them.
Especially nowadays, if you were an athlete leaving high school going to college, what you about 6'5"?
Man.
Built to fight crime, just beating women off you with a stick.
Man.
Or you some female where the only thing on you that jiggles is your booty and your titties.
Man.
And you got this unadulterated freedom that you ain't never felt before, and you supposed to be able to navigate. But see, again,
and you got IG models hitting you up because you average a certain amount of points and you getting a certain amount of fame.
Bookies and all types of shit offering you all kinds of money and shit, and you gotta navigate that by yourself.
You got 30-year-old women.
Give your folks the skills.
30-plus-year-old women coming after you, and you just turned 18.
30-year-olds.
Oh, this literally just happened.
Did you have an old school?
No.
You didn't have an old school?
No. This is what I'm learning. This is what I'm referring to. There's a professional basketball player who was being vetted by a 30-year-old woman since he turned 18. I believe they were already getting it in, but she waited till he got to the NBA, then got pregnant with him, And now he's on child support. And she's been vetting him since college, probably since high school. And now he's paying $2 million a year in the support of child.
You know who I blame in this situation, though?
Who's that?
His uncle. He had an uncle that was, for lack of a better term, BSing.
Uncle.
Through this entire situation. He was supposed to have somebody in his world to let him know what this was,
man,
and how to handle himself.
Did he have an Uncle Ruckus?
He might have had an Uncle Ruckus. I tell you what he didn't have. Whew. He didn't have a good barber.
Man.
Okay? He didn't have a good cousin.
Man.
Yo, there's responsibilities that come with these. Man. Before I completely forget and we derail this thing off to the complete left. So you never had an old school? You wasn't like 19 through like 21 and had a 30 through like 35-year-old?
No.
Wow.
No, I didn't. I
never would have guessed that. A man of your stature, of your talents, a man that possesses your swag, you never had a... Wow, I never would have guessed that.
Nope. My wife was 30 when I met her.
How old were you?
23.
Oh, so you married your old... You know what's funny? I did too. I was 18 with a part-time job as a lifeguard.
Okay.
She was 28 with a 5-year-old and a 401k.
Okay.
That was 18 years ago. That was 18 years ago. Love you, babe. She upstairs making pound cakes and shit.
Okay.
Get on my level, y'all. You said, what a cap. Get on my level. Y'all better come on here. Come on here now.
Pound
trying
cake.
to tell you. Oh, yeah. I got yams making yams. I love my lifestyle. Listen, man. There's responsibility that goes along with a lot of stuff. My nephew calls me on a regular basis just to ask for my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna get into the personal shit that me and my nephew talk about, but I will say that it's refreshing for him to call me.
Yeah.
And say, here's what I'm thinking about doing. I want to know how you feel about it.
Right. You that unk.
He don't ask me for permission. He asks me for my opinion.
Right.
And he knows that I don't have a horse in his race.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't paying none of my bills.
Right.
And I'm not paying none of his.
Right.
But with that being said, he can ask for my opinion and know that it comes from just a place of love.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure that he gonna be good. Nieces, nephews, cousins. If you sitting back and you got a cousin that's failing, what have you done? Them your peoples. This your mans.
All day.
This your mans right here.
All day. You gotta
man. You gotta
speak up when you see something.
Man, listen.
You gotta speak up when you see something.
I'd have been beat up by cousins.
Man.
I'd have been stomped on by nephews. I'd have been harassed by aunties.
Right.
Your mama came over here and told me that you did such and such and such and such. You done lost your mind.
Word got around, didn't it?
Word got around.
And that's how family is supposed to be.
Word got around.
That's how family is supposed to be, man.
When I scored touchdowns, or when I did good, or when I came home with trophies, or when I did anything of that nature, it was on front page news.
Right.
Will make me think that when I fuck up, it ain't gonna be on front page news too.
All day. And that's how it is. My family is the same, man. Like, people you ain't seen in years. Every move.
Every move
in the last 5 years. Play by play.
Talk that shit.
Play by play. Oh yeah, I heard you got whoop de whoop and you live and whoop de whoop and you in school and whoop de whoop and you done graduated whoop de whoop and you done worked that whoop whoop for years. Been hearing about you, man. Like, from who?
Yeah. Yeah. Because here's the thing. I have social media, but I don't use it for none of that stuff.
Nope.
I post pictures to let distant family members know that I'm still alive.
Right.
So you get one of them every like 3 months or so.
Right.
And then as far as updates, no.
Man.
I'm not giving it to you. I don't. I use it to keep in contact with people that I care about. I don't use social media for anything else than that.
Man, I use Indeed.
Besides porn. There's a lot of porn on social media.
I use Indeed, and that's it.
I'm willing to admit that on the podcast too. It's fine. Don't cut that out. It can stay right there.
We're men. We don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even. Indeed.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, indeed, LinkedIn, all of that fun stuff.
Yeah, LinkedIn.
But so that's me. You don't even have social media.
No.
So you calling your mama or you calling your man about what's going on with you is the only way them folks is gonna find out.
That's it.
It's the only way.
That's it. I don't need to post everything that's going on in my life. I don't.
Are there cultural barriers around this, or Dom?
Yeah.
Have you ever been like harassed by a cousin for a decision you made?
By a cousin?
Okay, let's just say you had a massive
Or a
screw
family
up.
member?
Family member in general, somebody that does not live in your house.
Okay.
No.
Huh?
I'm not really close with any of my family like that.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't say they know anything if I had done something.
That's interesting, because I'm talking about some people that I probably see 4 times a year at most.
You're more of a visible guy though, and that's more your personality. I think me and Dom is more behind the scenes, off the radar kind of guys.
That's why they let me. Where's my car? That's why they let me talk to most y'all.
That's exactly why.
That's exactly why. Because that's the guy that I've been. But I've been that way for a long time. Because my family is interesting, man. They keep things really close.
Okay.
Really close. And
By close you mean?
So here's what happens. They fuck with you, right?
Okay.
Right? So, once you in, you good. They fucking with you, you coming through.
Okay.
This, that, a third, knock, knock, knock. Who the fuck is that at the door? Oh, that's just Nate. Oh, come on in, man, you good.
Okay.
We were just sitting here watching the movie, that type of shit. Or, as opposed to the knock, 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 who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. Mm-hmm. Or I know who that is, but what the fuck is they doing here? Type shit. It's like, no, that's just Nate. Let him come in, type shit, right?
Right.
So, okay, cool. Then you fuck up. But the fuck up don't even have to be overly dramatic.
Right.
It could just be something on some real simple shit. Like, he asked me if you could have something to drink. I told him yes. He went straight to the refrigerator, didn't wash his hands.
Right.
He can't come back no more.
Right.
By the way, I would love to hear some of the stories behind y'all family members and why y'all don't fuck with them. So please email the show at BWYF@gmail.com. Cause I got a couple of these. I got a couple of friends that have pulled that shit, and I done pulled tight on them.
Okay.
Like, listen, bro, we got very strict rules and policies. You more than welcome to come on here.
Right.
You more than welcome to come in and get something to food. Next time I catch you in my kitchen and you don't step in the kitchen and wash your hands immediately, we gonna have a whole ass misunderstanding.
Right.
Be a goddamn shame if I come over here and cook and your ass can't have none of it. You be sitting here watching me eat. Don't do that to yourself.
See,
but again, once you nip shit in the bud, you don't really have to. But my family is the type where I allow people to make mistakes.
Okay.
And I look at them, hold you accountable for your actions.
Okay.
And expect change.
Okay.
Now, my family, on the other hand, when the mistake is made, they will not hold you accountable for your actions.
They won't hold you accountable?
They will not.
But wait, I thought you said don't come back over ever again.
Oh, no, you're not allowed to.
That's accountability, right?
To an extent. I look people in the face and say, yo, bro, what the fuck is you doing?
No, that's accountability, what you just said, right. Don't ever come back over again is straight consequence. No.
Straight consequence, bro. I look people in the face and go, man, did you wash your hands?
Right.
What the fuck is you doing?
Right.
Wash your hands and then get your ass something to eat.
You make them aware.
Make them aware of the rules and the regulations, the norm from my house.
Around here.
Right? I'm disappointed that I have to, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to be held accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
And fix this.
Yeah. Roused here.
Roused. Right here.
Roused.
Fix this. So here's what happens. My family, like I said, they be like, oh, this motherfucker ain't washed his hands. Okay. Them they will make a plate, come sit down. Hey, what y'all watching? My mama get up, go in here, clean everything, put all the food away. Mm-hmm. You done eating. Mm-hmm. You done eating. Soon as you finish eating, yo, we about to go.
Yep.
Go on about your business.
Yep.
And when she closed the door, she gonna look me in the face and be like, you know this nasty motherfucker didn't wash his hands. I don't want his ass back over here under no shape, form, or fashion.
Man. Cutthroat.
And again, that's just how my family operate. Right. That's just how they get down. They ain't about that life at all whatsoever. So, and then, but here's the kicker. My people, they won't fuck with you no more. Okay. They done. Okay. They done. They invite them to your house after coming over to our house and pulling some shit like that. Okay. They won't eat nothing. They will stop and get Burger King, eat it in the car down the street, and then pull in front of your house, get out and come in. Okay. And when you ask them if they're hungry, they're going to be like, no, we just ate.
Okay. So they got it.
Because this nasty motherfucker didn't wash his hands when he came to my house. I know he now washing his hands at his house.
So you got a one mistake
You maximum. Got a one mistake maximum. And to an extent, so I'm the guy that'll hold you accountable for your actions. Right. While you at my house. Right. I'm not gonna let this shit just ride. Yo, bruh. Take your ass over to the sink, wash your goddamn hands. Mm-hmm. But what I'm also not gonna do in cadence to my family, I ain't going over there to eat nothing either. Right. I'm cool. Yeah. I don't want none of y'all food. Yeah. Have it. This is why I don't do potlucks. Motherfuckers be in the kitchen smoking, cat be on the stove. Yeah. All kinds of wrong shit that just be going on. So true. And then they be like, yo, you want to eat? Everybody bring a dish. Nah, I'm not eating everybody's food out of everybody's kitchen. True. That's true. You want the runs? Eat at the church on Fellowship Friday. Man. And see if you don't end up boo-booing. Hey, I'm talking about boo. 3 boos.
I had one dude, man. He used to, his chicken would still be pink after he
barbecued. Not the slimy chicken.
What is happening?
Hey, listen.
Why are these grilled chicken wings
pink on me and the old lady run an offense. We go to a barbecue. I'd be like, stay here. She'd be like, all right. I'm like, I'm going to bring you a plate. I bring her a plate and slide it to her. First thing she do, take that fork and lift that chicken skin up. See what that chicken looking like underneath that skin. She gonna leaf through these green beans. She gonna flip these baked beans a couple of times. She gonna dig through this macaroni and cheese to make sure all of this shit good.
For sure.
She gonna you better go get some chips.
For sure.
You better go get some chips.
I'm cool.
Don't do it here.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
I'm gonna sit this one out
with your medium rare chicken.
With your medium. Email the show at builditwhileyouFlyit@gmail.com.
Count me out.
I want to hear it.
I don't even eat meat anymore. I had way too many experiences like that.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just done.
You're done with meat?
I haven't ate meat in like 3 months.
So what do you classify yourself as? Vegan?
No, because I still eat eggs, but that's it.
Okay.
So not vegan. So okay.
Don't worry about titles.
What are you if
just
you eat?
You, man.
No, listen. By all means, y'all. Just all we ask is that. Listen, seriously, as a group, as a culture, as an age bracket, if you are between the ages of 0 and 30, just give a fuck about what you eat. I don't give a damn what God you pray to. Yeah. I don't care what title you want to have. I don't. At some point, I need you to stop eating everything that's available and start to care just a little bit.
Exactly.
Not every meal.
Yep.
But some meals.
Most.
Listen, I have been on a diet for a while now, and it's actually, I don't even classify it as a diet no more because I just started doing it.
Okay.
But I stopped eating sugar. Now, what that means for me is it just made me conscious.
Okay.
So, if I'm having beer, clearly there's sugar in beer. Let's keep it to a minimum. Or let's try these Trulies.
Right.
Right? Leave that Boston cream donut, although that chocolate covered custard filled act of God is absolutely delicious. Let's probably not. Right? Let's not do that.
Right.
If you want a Red Bull, get the sugar-free Red Bull. Get the 0 sugar Red Bull.
Switch it up. Switch it up.
Change it up every now and again. It ain't gonna kill you.
I'm not doing no sugar-free nothing.
Man, listen.
But
I swear to God, I started doing a sugar-free diet in the second week of June. What's today's date for all our listeners? I don't want to put that out there. Y'all know what the date is because I don't know when this shit is getting posted, and I want this show to be relevant. So, y'all know what today's date is. Second week of June is when this shit started. That was a minute ago.
Right.
I have shedded and kept off with little to no exercise 25 pounds.
Nice.
Just from no sugar?
Just from the no sugar.
The sugar.
And again, if I really want a beer, I'll have a beer.
Mm-hmm.
If I really want, if I really want a sandwich, I have. But yeah, I cut out sugar and bread.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I never really liked potatoes, so it wasn't hard for me to stop eating potatoes. But that's another thing that just turns all directly into sugar. That's all this shit really is.
Did you know that in 1957, sugar was officially labeled a poison?
Poison.
Mm-hmm. There was a doctor who did some trials.
Whew.
And you know what happens when you release shocking truth into the public, or at least attempt to.
Well, if you black, you get assassinated for that type of shit.
Yeah, off top. Make it look like an accident.
Don't even make it look like an accident. They just shoot the back of your face off.
Yeah.
But neither here nor there. I'm sorry. We already going. I don't want to derail it some more.
But yeah, it was a doctor. He did some trials and came to the conclusion, amongst some scientists as well, and it was labeled a poison officially.
See, this is why you need a laptop set in front of you so that you could just Google the shit real quick.
Yeah.
And just be like, yo, I'm about to just look this up real quick, and then give not only us, because I'm curious too, but give the people some actual stats, maybe an article or two that they can look up.
For sure.
Link would be in the bio type shit. Like, that's what I need.
Even be careful online, man, because like I said, there's certain information that is going to be rare to find or very difficult to find.
Did you call it? What are you saying, Nate? That there's fake news out there?
According to T Rump. According to
Is that what you said? Listen, that's what we not gonna do at all.
There's fake news out there, man.
I mean, that man did say that.
Actually,
and I agreed.
Yeah, there is, but
call it what you want.
Fake news has a purpose.
It does.
Yeah.
News as a whole. I mean, you question it. Okay, stop.
Did you know that fake news was actually it's coded? It's a code word
for fake news.
Fake news is a code word. Is a code phrase, if you will, and it's almost like a play. When the coach calls a play, he might just say Oscar, Oscar, and you know that there's a series of movements and a series of things that are supposed to take place when you hear Oscar. Well, fake news is a play that's called, and it's literally the end result is to continue to publish false information to kind of distract. It's like a weapon of mass distraction. Oftentimes to kind of push certain people in a certain direction so that certain outcomes. It's almost like, hey, what's that over there? When really you got something going on over here, that kind of thing. So it's a term that's used, and it's basically a play that's called by certain individuals to let other individuals know that it's time to run a certain play.
Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna ask because I'm curious too. What's the code? Or does only the 1%ers know the code?
I don't even know if it's. I wouldn't even call them anything. 1%, 2%. What are we talking about? Milk? But anyways, I'm just saying that there are certain individuals who know what the play fake news is and begin to move and maneuver in such a way to get the outcome that fake news is designed to get.
Wow.
Yep. One of them.
Yeah. It just never ceases to amaze. See, this is what I'm talking about. First of all, again, the name of the show is called Building the While You Fly It. Again, email the show at buildthewhileyouFlyIt@gmail.com. Comments, questions, and concerns, y'all. That's what we want from y'all.
Indeed.
That's what we want to hear. This is part of the problem with me and Nate is that we came down here with, for lack of a better term, an agenda.
Okay.
And we never got there.
Is it a problem or an opportunity?
We never got there.
Is it a problem or an opportunity?
We never. Because we know the thing about it is because we never have shied away from conversation. For the people, I want us to disagree and debate. I had this conversation.
I'm all for that.
I just hit the mic. My bad, y'all. I just had this conversation with Dom when we wasn't laying wax, and I was like, "Yo, you haven't seen me and Nate disagree, and when me and Nate don't agree, we both possess the ability to bring our arguments to the forefront in a very intelligent and respectable fashion. And a lot of the things that we have discussed on the show so far have all been agreements. I'm looking forward to arguing with your ass sitting right here at this table, my friend.
That's part of the magic. I really think they shouldn't get this until Patreon. Maybe that's what we'll do. But we're going to have it. We're going to do it.
What, the debates that we don't agree about?
We're going to do it. Well, and it's not even... Because what people don't understand is that it's not necessarily our personal opinion or personal feeling. Mm-mm. What it is an exercise so that we can get the big picture.
Yeah.
So, you pick a topic, and we'll decide which position we'll take.
Well, no, that's not how I want that to go. We'll sit down and discuss topics, and when you say where you're at with it, or I say where I'm at with it, and you're clearly on the opposite side of the spectrum, we'll save the rest of that conversation for coming right down here and doing that. But you're right, we should save it for Patreon because it's going to be epic. There will be lightning strikes and bombs going off,
exactly.
Apache helicopters and shit. It's gonna be a whole deal.
Yes, sir.
We started this conversation off by talking about our kids and how they were doing well. And then we spiraled that all the way to fake news. Building it while you flying it, Nate.
Building it while you flying it,
I love being here. I love doing this, man.
Hey, man. You never know when you're getting flued out, too.
Yeah.
Flued out.
It was something in the news that you wanted to talk about, correct?
Yeah.
Well, let the people what it is, and let's have a conversation about it.
Okay. Recently in Texas, there's been some talks politically concerning $10,000 fines. No, I'm sorry, $10,000 rewards for individuals who contact the proper authorities to report anyone assisting women with getting abortions.
Snitching on them.
Talk about incentives.
Now listen, there's like 5 different angles you could take with this, right? Because I want to know what the jail penalty is for, or if there's a jail penalty for taking somebody to get an abortion. Because if I'm already a convicted felon, and you just gonna slap me on the wrist with another 2 weeks in jail for this shit, let's go.
So, when you say let's go, are you saying that you're assisting someone with taking to get an abortion?
I'm not only listen. I know some bros who 2 weeks in jail ain't shit to. Right?
Wait, why would you go to jail though? You get the money for telling on the people, not for assisting.
So here's what happens. I got 5 women.
Okay.
Right? That's all willing to. Which is sad, but not hard to find.
Okay.
I got 5 women that's all willing to
get an abortion.
I'm about to take them all.
But then you would get reported. You wouldn't get the 10,000.
What are you giving me for jail time for this? What are you taking me out back and stoning me? Or am I getting paid $10,000 cash because I had my cousin call the police because I was taking old girlie to go get an abortion?
Okay. So you are on the side of
4 months time, depending on what the penalty is.
Okay.
In 4 months, I'd have made $50,000.
Well, you wouldn't make the money.
You think I'm not about to listen, I'm told Pookie to call. That was racist. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't have said that.
I
told my cousin, I told my nephew, listen, bro.
I felt it in my spirit.
No, listen, my bad, y'all. Listen, if your name Pookie, I was just using that as an example. I didn't mean that.
Okay, Ray.
That's not no better.
Nope.
I told X-Man.
Yep. Did it again.
I told my mans over here, I'm about to take her down, call the police, and tell them that I'm down here.
Okay. And you want a cut?
Want a cut? I want it all. He getting a cut. I'm getting the majority. Out of $50,000, I bet I pocket 40 for all 5 of these women. He get $1,000 for making a phone call?
Okay. But the money's going to him. So
because they gotta get some.
But
the women gotta get some.
The money's coming.
Because I'm probably busting in all of these. Man, listen.
So you gonna shake him down for 40,
bruh?
And then what if he
take off? Shake him down.
What if he take off with you?
He ain't the first person that's been chased. He ain't gonna be the last.
Hey, he is no longer going to be in the hood with 50K.
No, it sounds great. Sounds great. He's getting it 10K at a time. And he's not getting shit without me.
He gonna bounce the first chance.
The first chance to get, I'm out. They cut the check for the first 10 grand and he's gone.
You gonna make some threats from jail?
That's why I asked, what is the jail time? What am I getting? You give me 6 months of community service. Here's the problem. After the 4th or 5th time, I get.
You about to get this.
After the 5th time, they're gonna give me 3 years. It could be the whiskey, but upon further review, this plan seems a bit flawed. Stop laughing at the microphone, you. We still trying. Think about it, man.
You came up with a plan when you go to jail.
Better have my money when I get out of here.
You came up with a plan when you go to jail.
He in Tijuana kicking it with $20,000 of my money.
So here's the deal. This is what we gonna do.
That money was mine.
Who comes up with a plan?
You ever seen Mel Gibson in Payback?
Who comes up with a plan where they go to jail?
I guess.
Oh my god.
I should probably be Pookie, huh?
Oh my god. Or Ray.
Like, look, I done nutted than all of these women. They all need abortions. Take them down there.
Bruh.
What if you do it? See, now that's smart. What if you do it all 5 at one time?
Okay. Then yeah.
Well, so you hire a dude to take them. Like, listen, I got a couple grand for you when you come out.
Okay, so you saying you need 5 different guys then?
No,
because you're only gonna get 10,000 for one person that you tell them.
No, I'm busting all of them and then give my mans a couple grand to go down there.
No, but you only get 10,000 for reporting the person that's taking them. Yeah. So if it's only one person, then it's 10,000. So you would have to have 4 other guys.
So wait,
you could tell on.
If let's say, okay, if I catch you taking somebody down to get an abortion, I get 10 grand, right?
Yes.
If I catch Dom taking somebody else down to go get an abortion, do I get 10 grand for that situation too?
Yes.
So I'll just nutting 5 women and then send 5 of my stupid friends down there to go get.
There you go.
Slaps on the wrist.
There you go.
Then I'm up 50 grand in no time.
And you walk away with 45.
She actually gets the abortion. What them cost in Texas? Probably about $200-300.
I think so, something like that, depending on where you go.
Listen, I know there's some people who have some just less morals than I do that are willing to dive on this grenade. This is like when my man's back in the days of scarlet letters and hanging people at the scaffold. This is when you witch, and they'd be like, "What? That's a witch? Yeah, she's a witch." And then they hang her ass. And then you buy her property that she was on because you really wanted it, and it was, some nice piece of property.
Okay.
Same basic deal.
So you are in favor of the baby smoothie?
No. This is an awful idea. I'm just giving you an example as to how people could take advantage of said reward for women.
Oh, please believe it's going to be so many people calling in. Jeez. 10K? There's going to be so many people from certain neighborhoods calling in.
Yeah.
Who really need that 10K.
I've heard of drive-bys happening for $100.
Do you know how nosy people are about to be right now in Texas?
Oh yeah, Karens is living their best life in Texas right now. Oh my
gosh.
I get a $10,000. Where you taking your she look like she might be pregnant.
Let somebody see a little pudge on your stomach.
Oh.
Hey, ladies in Texas.
How you do that though?
You better
Not
be
even in the
shape.
pudge.
You better be staying in shape.
What if you like 40? Yeah, if you in Texas, you better put the 40s down, because if you show up with some pudge, they gonna think you pregnant.
Oh my god!
Be in the car with your mans and get reported.
Now you wondering why folks following you because you a payday.
How you do that? You just got grandma walking around, because you know grandmas know, they see that glow.
Yeah.
They can tell when somebody pregnant. You just got your grandma.
I wonder if the report is anonymous too. Because you know it's gonna be some family members.
They gotta cut that check. Listen, first of all, they're not giving you $10,000 reward. They taxing that shit,
bruh.
If they taxing it, that mean they need names, social security numbers, all of that shit, bruh. They're not giving you 10 grand just on site.
You are right though. Like there's going to be, definitely a increase in awareness of people just being like, oh, are they pregnant? Are they pregnant? Or, but what was surprising is that when I looked up the stats on abortion, only 0.5% of abortions were due to incest, and only 1% was due to rape. So that means 98.5% of the abortions was
women that was having sex that just wasn't on it. Jesus.
Raw daddy. Yeah.
That's in the country, or
that's in this country? Yeah. Raw daddy.
Most things is dumb, and it ain't none of it good. Ain't none of it good. Gee whiz.
Yeah, one of them.
So 1.5% of all abortions are due to incest and rape.
1.5.
Well, 98%. How do we know that?
That's what they.
Where we getting these stats from? At my age, I've learned to
absolutely
question the source.
Whenever I see a .gov, because that's the only sites I look at.
It's .gov sites.
Is census.gov, labor, and there's another name. I usually look at those sites to give me the data.
What? The truth?
The data.
The data. And you think that the data is the truth?
No. I think that it's something to go off of.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What does the gov and .gov stand for?
Government.
If there was ever some shit that we could not trust.
That may be so.
All right. I mean, we got to get the shit from somewhere, so.
Got to get it from somewhere.
I guess you pick and choose who you want to listen to, who you don't want to listen to.
Hey, I know what happens when you don't listen to them. That's another show.
That's a whole nother show. What we at on time?
46.
Whew. Man, let's get out of here.
Chopping it up.
Let's get out of here. So I tell you what, y'all. Email us, please.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notifications.
All that fun stuff. Build it while you fly it. No caps, no spaces. @gmail.com.
We see you soon.
Yep, we'll holla.
Peace.